Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, look what they've done to you, man. Made a game, sucks so bad. There's a review to be had right now here on the Bootleg shit. It's great to be back here on YouTube, and to celebrate my return to reviewing, it's a brand new episode of Bootleg Shit. So with Spider-Man Far From Home out now in theaters, and this year being the 15th anniversary of one of the greatest superhero films of all time, Spider-Man 2, now would be the perfect time to tackle a bootleg Spider-Man game. And this one is very rare and obscure. And after seeing the Russian Iron Man game on the Mega Drive, I knew that somewhere, somehow, somebody made a shitty Spider-Man bootleg. And I was not surprised at all. Developed and published by Syntax, this is called Movie Version Spider-Man 3. And it's for the Game Boy Color. But don't be fooled by the title. It is not what you think it is. So, how is Movie Version Spider-Man 3? Well, let's find out. Okay, so for whatever reason, this game blatantly steals music from Pokemon Pinball, which is not surprising since this is a Game Boy Color bootleg. And, wait, could we go back to that? Wait, huh? Ben Parker, a normal high school student. Ben Parker. Ben Parker. High school student! We're at the very beginning of the game and you already fuck it up! And you fucked up the secret identity of one of the most iconic superheroes of all time! God fucking damn it, you fucking pieces of shit! What the fuck is wrong with you, Syntax? Oh my fucking god! Sorry about that, guys. But that shit literally triggered me. How could you possibly fuck that up? Literally everyone in the world knows who Spider-Man is. I can't believe that. I think I'm gonna have a stroke. Well, anyway, Ben Parker, a normal high school student, after the bite from a radiant spider, he had various superpower, walking on the wall and ceiling, give off cobweb, etc. Oh my god, the obvious grammatical and spelling errors. At the beginning, Parker only used his powers to earn private pocket money, but when his beloved uncle murdered by the oh fuck, I can't read this, it's too hard to read. Norman Osborn, the famous scientist, his classmates' father managed a chemical appliance company. Okay, so this game is called Spider-Man 3, yet it's based on Spider-Man 1. In one experiment, Norm coincidentally breathed in nerve gas, immersed the evil characteristics, became the Green Goblin quotation, hated by everyone, with the purpose of controlling the whole... Oh, fuck it. Spider-Man, the hero, with the heart of protecting justice, would take steps to sentence Green Goblin's crime, so broke the war between fair and evil. Fair and evil? Not good and evil? Okay. And now we come to the title screen. Fun fact, a Chinese version of this game also exists. As bad as this game is, I'm glad they have it in 2 different languages, even if the English version has very poor English. Also, this game gives you the option to save, which is good because this game can be frustrating as hell sometimes. Anyway, before you start the first stage, you get another cutscene. And by the way, you're gonna see this exact same cutscene every time you start a new stage. until you beat the game, of course. Okay, so hidden behind the prosperous city, diversified damaged desires. Though the Spider-Man had this overwhelming power, he couldn't completely secure... Wait, that's it? Couldn't completely secure what? I want to know what he couldn't completely secure. Come on, man. Come the fuck on. So now we finally come to the gameplay. And the very first thing you notice here is the ugly, nasty looking colors on the background. I mean, what the hell is this? Purple, yellow, army green, brown, pink, all mixed into one? Ew! Fucking ew! And then you see signs like Breakfa, El Divo, Brie Restaurant, Akfa, Brakfa, like what the fuck is this shit? And trust me, it gets even worse from here. You want to know what kind of enemies you have in this game? It's not gang members or actual villains or anything like that. Want to know what they are? Dogs, women, kids. Yeah, Spider-Man beats up normal everyday people in this game. Whatever happened to, with great power comes great responsibility? I mean, you're supposed to be using your powers to save the world, not abuse them against people less powerful than you. Oh man, J. Jonah Jameson of the Daily Bugle is gonna have a field day with this. Now, how is the gameplay, you ask? Well, it's exactly what you'd expect from a bootleg. Complete and utter bullshit! First of all, the frame rate is extremely choppy. This isn't even close to 30 frames per second. The awful frame rate makes the game very difficult to play. As per usual, you jump with the A button and attack with the B button. To shoot web, you press up and B. You can't swing your web though, which is absolute bullshit! Well, at least Spider-Man can climb up walls, which is nice. While the controls seem simple enough, they're not quite responsive. In fact, they're slightly delayed, which can be a problem, especially in later, more difficult stages. But the worst part about this game is the hit detection. A lot of times, your attacks do not register. This is why enemies take fucking forever to kill, even fighting normal pedestrians. And trust me, it gets even worse during boss battles. Oh, and you gotta love this part in stage 4. How the hell can you possibly jump over this part when the ceiling is like right close to you? You gotta be really careful in this part. And when you die, you gotta start over from the very beginning of the stage. Yup, that's right, you heard me. You don't get checkpoints, nor do you come back to life from the exact same point you died. You gotta start over again from that stage. And not only do you beat up ordinary pedestrians and animals, you also beat up enemies completely stolen from Ninja Gaiden, like the crouching soldier and the boxing guy. They even stole from fucking bad dudes! So this is a broken game that not only plagiarizes Spider-Man, but steals music from Pokemon Pinball and steals enemies from other NES classics. Oh boy, we are in for a real treat here. Now, even though all the backgrounds in each stage look like shit with their ugly ass colors, the only stage that looks decent and remotely close to Spider-Man scenery is the very last stage, which is a city. That is it. When you reach this stage, you'll say to yourself, oh finally, I don't have to hurt my fucking eyes anymore. So now we finally come to the bosses, and these are the most frustrating parts about the whole game. Want to take a wild guess at what's wrong with this stage? You really want to know? You really want to know? Your web doesn't work against bosses! Yeah, you heard that right! Your web is completely useless against bosses! The one time you absolutely need to use them and it doesn't fucking work at all! Now that is Spider bullshit! None of the bosses in this game even remotely resemble Spider-Man villains. You've got Wolverine in green tights, Super Saiyan 3 Goku with a red as fuck tan, a regular punk, a Scyther from Pokemon, Dark Queen from Battletoads, and finally Green Giant. Well, I guess that last villain is supposed to be the Green Goblin, but I honestly can't tell. So Spidey finally saves the day, defeats Green Goblin, and rescues Mary Jane. The master behind Norman Green's dream. Who the fuck is Norman Green to manipulate the world broke by Spider-Man? All civilians under the threads of green were saved. Threads? The Panic City went back into peace again. And it just ends there. Yeah. Fuck this game and fuck Syntax. And now for the final verdict. The jury has found Syntax guilty for not only making a shitty unlicensed Spider-Man with stolen Pokemon pinball music and stolen NES sprites, but for getting Peter Parker's name completely wrong! Now, change Leopardon.
Marvelous! Change Leopardon! Leopardon! Sword Beaker!
Remember, kids, the secret identity of Batman is Thomas Wayne, even though he was murdered along with his wife Martha. If you like this video and want to see more, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell to get immediately notified on the latest videos. If you like my content and want to support me, you can donate to my Patreon for just $1 a month. Go to patreon.com/Allie-RX or search Allie-RX on the Patreon app for mobile devices. If you prefer a one-time donation, you can donate to my PayPal at paypal.me/Allie-RX or send to allierx@gmail.com on the PayPal app for mobile devices. There, you can donate any amount, even a penny. Links are in the description.